Hey, I'm Nathan.
I'm Wolf Blitzer, and this is a CNN 5 o'clock daily news talk radio show. Host, I don't know why Wolf Blitzer was in. I don't know.
Okay, so we don't have any planned topics really for now. Did you hear about this was a few weeks back, or actually I think this was about a week back actually now. But did you hear about the anarchist who got shot by the police trying to burn a bus that was taking people to Trump's concentration camps?
Yeah.
Yeah, you heard about him?
Yeah.
Dead at the age of 69, which is
nice.
Yeah, tragic, but the first thing I thought when I heard that he was 69, I was like, nice. I was like, that's terrible and definitely shouldn't have happened, and like, honestly, fuck the police. But nice.
Yeah, Nathan's a cab now. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't know.
Great for $10.
I guess it is true that, like, we can't know the entire story because the police don't have body cams, but so we can't know if they were actually in the right to shoot him, but I kind of doubt it.
Well,
I mean, he did light a bus on fire, but at the same time, did he have a gun? Like, what was he gonna do? Run at you with a can of gasoline and a lighter? Like,
yeah. Well, yeah, you don't really shoot arsonists, do you?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't unless you're a crazy person. Or not properly trained, which is part of the problem. It's not all the police's fault. A lot of it is their fault, the individual officers. But a part of it is also due to the fact that they're just not trained properly. And they are not prepared for carrying a gun. And they shouldn't be trusted with one.
Don't worry, folks. One day we're gonna make Nathan see that the police are inherently an evil institution. It's not today. That'll be one day. Probably when he gets a parking ticket. I'm not kidding. There's so many like conservative like newspaper comic writers who like are like, I love the police, but then they get pulled over for a DUI, and then they're like, ooh, fascist oppression, the police state.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like, you got arrested for doing an actual crime.
No. No, I still have hope. I don't know if I would say I have hope in the police so much as I believe that they are necessary, but they are very poorly handled. And that most police officers should not be allowed to be police officers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, obviously, it's easy.
There.
It's easy to just point a finger at the U.S., but we have similar problems. We have a lot less shootings, which is good, but we do have similar problems in our own police force. And as we've discussed before, you can't just point a finger at another country and be like, well, at least we're not them, because that just leads you nowhere. It accomplishes nothing.
Really, yeah, it doesn't really help us.
Yeah, it doesn't help us. It doesn't help them. Like, it accomplishes literally nothing. I mean, it's what the U.S. has done for years with insert country. Doesn't matter. Yeah, well, communism, yes, but like literally, like so many countries by now. It's like, well, at least we're not Germany. Well, at least we're not Russia. Well, at least we're not. Well, at least we're not North Korea. And it's like, okay, but maybe you shouldn't measure yourself based off other nations. Maybe you should try and actually aspire to something yourself. Yeah, but that's my hot take.
Yeah.
That is actually a very cold take.
Yeah, it's your shitty hot takes.
Yeah.
Want to hear a real hot take of mine?
I would love to hear a hot take.
We should just kill all journalists.
I don't think I'd go that far.
No, I was watching a video on that Andy Nego. You know what word I want to say, but I'm not going to say it.
Ah.
And I'm like, you know what? It's not that you know he's a conservative journalist who got assaulted. It's that all journalists should be assaulted.
Oh, is this the guy with the Antifa cement smoothie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's no cement in it, and I'm like, honestly.
Wait, there was no cement in it? So why did they call it a cement smoothie?
Because that was a rumor. Nathan, do you know what happens when you put sugar in liquid concrete?
What?
It doesn't work.
I see.
It's just powder.
So what was thrown in his face? Was it just a regular smoothie?
It was just a milkshake, and then someone punched him in the face like an hour later.
Oh my gosh. But Antifa, let's all remember, Antifa are the real fascists.
Yeah, I know.
I read it on the internet. It must be true. Anti-fascism's the new fascism, Dexter.
I know. It's not like people just... You know what else is the real fascism? Sports riots, drunken fist fights,
taking the knee during the national anthem.
That's the thing. It's like he just got beat up, but I'm like, really?
It's
like,
true.
He's not even that beat up. Like I looked at his face. It's like, oh, you got some bruises, and it's like, oh, he might have brain damage. I'm like, then you have a soft skull.
Yeah. Also, like,
soft...
well, it depends how loosely you use the definition of brain damage. I mean, technically, if you get a concussion, you have brain damage, but it's not going to affect your quality of life. It's like, technically, if you hit yourself on the head hard enough on, like, a shelf, you can get brain damage. It's just extremely minor and completely unnoticeable. So...
Well, I mean, I probably have more brain damage than him, because I hit my head a lot as a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Because all those chairs in my house were fascist.
Yep.
Furniture's the real fascism. Football is fascism, because that gives people lots of brain damage.
Yep. And to be clear, we are talking about American football, but also European football, probably, definitely.
Oh, what are you talking about? Those people don't even touch each other. They get within 5 feet of another player, then they instantly snap their own knee. They're like, oh, the other guy did it to me. See, I mean, at least in American football, the players have the decency of getting CTE. They deserve $1 million. No other athlete does. Guess what I'm playing?
What are you playing, Dexter?
Yokai Watch 3.
Ooh, nice. Exploring Barbecue Land.
BBQ, actually?
Yeah, no, BBQ Land. Or whatever. Or it's just called BBQ, isn't it?
Yeah.
Localization at its finest.
Yeah, man. Ooh, I found Fish Spickable. Yeah, you should get the game. It's pretty good, folks. Buy Yokai Watch.
Yeah, I agree. It's like Pokemon, but actually good. Now there's a hot take for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Pokemon is one of those things that was really good in its time. And then, I don't know if I've ever said this on the show. I've definitely said it to Dexter a lot in person, but it's one of those things where it was good when it came out, but then game design progressed, and it didn't at all. Like, they added very slight tweaks, but didn't actually do anything that actually significantly moved the franchise forward. But anyways, not really what this show's about.
Oh, it's about whatever we want.
True enough. So let's see. let's see what else happened recently. There was the arson at the animation studio in Japan.
Oh yeah, that crazy guy killed those animators.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I remember seeing something about some fascists or something being happy about it. I don't remember.
No, that was Jason Uter. He's just a Maoist. He's like a crazy...
Oh, I see. Okay.
He's like a crazy, crazy guy who's like, oh, he's basically socially conservative. He's Nazbol, basically. He's socially conservative, but economically a leftist.
I see.
And that's like the worst well, actually, you know, don't be one of those folks. You either you commit. Don't be one of these idiots who are like, I'm going to be socially liberal, but I'm going to be very conservatively economic. Or don't be the inverse, because you get an idiot like him who's like, oh yeah, anti-degeneracy gang, and it's like, just stop. Just like stop breathing. See, speaking of hot, like, he is the reason why I think that we in the West need to just induce a famine every 5 years. We just give away all the food in every Western country to the third world, and then we see who survives. And I feel like that'll fix. I don't know. I feel like that's gonna be a positive. See, I mean, the starvation and communism, that was all planned. that was all planned, folks.
Yeah, well, how else are you gonna root out the weak ones?
Well, yeah, it's everyone who starves is counter-revolutionary. Speaking of Canada, yeah, that guy James Uter. If anyone who knows him watches this, tell him that I think that he's actually a counter-revolutionary, and that white people can't be Maoists, except me.
You're a Maoist?
Well, I actually know what. I don't know. I'm just. No, I'm probably more like Pol Pot. I think Mao was a bit too much of an intellectual. I feel like we need to get rid of those people. Like, Karl Marx is a counter-revolutionary. Because he was an intellectual.
I see.
Like this.
So we need to get rid of intellectualism.
Yeah, basically, no one should read.
I see.
Yeah, basically anyone who can read. I'm like Pol Pot, but with people who can read. We don't need literacy.
So, guys, make sure you don't read theory.
Yeah, no, don't listen to it on audiobooks. That's the only acceptable kind of medium. Yeah. Hey, Mom. Yeah. Yeah, no, just play video games, but no text. Don't read the text in video games.
Yeah, like this station I'm flying to right now, I don't even know its name. Like, what is it? Always remember, kids, words are fascist.
Yeah, but no, written words.
Written words, yes.
So, we can talk about the Amazon.
The Amazon boycott?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope everyone did their part.
Yeah. Yep.
Which Nathan did. You got rid of all your.
I canceled my Prime. Yeah.
Yeah. See what Nathan. What Nathan did, in my opinion, was kind of dumb. He should have been like me, and I got my Prime for free with a student trial.
Yeah.
So now I get all the benefits, and I'm just not going to pay them when time comes to renew my Prime.
Yeah.
But I didn't buy anything on the strike day.
Yeah. Which is the important part.
Yeah.
You did buy some stuff after, or?
Yeah, I bought some cables. I bought a new micro SD card for my DS because Yokai Watch basically just filled it right up.
Yeah. I almost bought some hinges for a project I was doing, but
yeah.
I ended up instead going to a store to buy them. Although, not like I'm going to sing my own praises, because the store I went to was Home Hardware, so not exactly a tiny local adventure.
Yeah.
So not exactly much, if any, better than just buying it on Amazon, but whatever.
Yeah.
Huh, did that end already? Thought I still had a day.
Well,
one second, sorry, I was just in my game. Oh yeah, it did. Okay, I thought I still had, I thought there was still a day left on a mission I was part of in this game. But no, it ran out today. Okay, so that was kind of pointless the last few trips, but oh well.
Oh, what else can we talk about? I went to that weed store in Sudbury.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was just old people buying from young people with dyed hair, so exactly what I thought it would be.
I see, I see.
We should go in there sometime.
Sure.
They got they have high CBD strains, which is I think should be okay for you to take, because it's the THC that's what triggers the psychosis. So they have like very little to 0 percent.
I see, I see.
Oh, here's a fun yokai fact.
Ah, I'm excited. Fun yokai fact.
In Springdale, cat yokai go nyan. In BBQ, they go meow.
Ah. Fantastic.
Yep.
Did you, do you know the whole story behind the censorship and stuff of it? Or not censorship, localization?
Well, yeah, because Springdale's already in America, so...
Yeah.
They can't be like... I mean, honestly, they should have just said it's in Texas or something.
Yeah. Which is basically what they did with the people talking in the ridiculously over-exaggerated accents.
Yeah.
And, like, using a bunch of slang. But yeah, the, which I feel like a great joke was lost in the West, because, like, just, like, the people just talking English, and then they just changed it to Japanese, although, I guess them talking ridiculous slang is kind of funny, too.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. What just happened? Oh, I accidentally went back to my menu. Oh, no. Okay. So, let's see, what else interesting has happened in recent times?
Democratic debates, did you watch those?
I did not.
I like Bernie Sanders and Marianne Williamson, and the rest can go suck lemons.
I don't know anything about Marianne Williamson. So far, if I lived in the U.S., I would vote Bernie.
Yeah, no, she's basically... She's a bit better. She's still pretty much a lib, but she's a bit better about knowing what we need to do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she actually like her, you like her more than Bernie?
No, I'm just saying she's the most...
Oh, okay.
If I had a choice between voting for Bernie or, like, if I couldn't vote for Bernie, well, if I could vote at all, and I had to pick one of the libs, she would be my lib pick.
Okay, I see. I thought you were saying that she was a bit better than Bernie.
Mm-hmm.
Which I like Bernie. I don't know too much about him because I don't follow U.S. politics that closely. Another thing that's really weird, our election's actually a lot closer to theirs, yet I have heard a lot less from our election.
Yeah.
Our election is this October.
Yeah.
And I have heard pretty much nothing from the candidates.
Yeah.
Maybe I just haven't been listening closely enough. But
no, well, they're not really kicking it up like high gear yet.
Yeah. Yeah, our elections start a lot later than the US's. The US's start like a full year and a half ahead of time.
Yeah. Well, it's just the campaigning does.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's just... Yeah, that's what I meant, sorry. But us, we're basically like... We wait until the last minute and then we're all just like, oh shit, there's an election! Yeah. And then our campaigning starts. I mean, we had a slightly longer campaign last time, or actually a lot longer, but still very short compared to the US's. Last time, because the Conservatives tried to screw over the other parties because they knew that the other parties weren't as financially secure as they were, because the Conservatives spent a very long time in power. So they extended the length of the campaign to try and have the other parties run out of money. But evidently that did not work out for them.
Yeah.
Personally, I just hope we have another local candidate pee in a cup. That was nice.
Wait, what happened?
You didn't hear about that?
No.
This was last election.
Oh.
Yeah. Did you not hear about that?
No.
Oh, well, the one candidate, I forget what party he was from. I think it was Conservative, but it might have been NDP. But he used to be a contractor, right?
Yeah.
And when he was doing some work at a house, he took a cup out of their sink, of the sink of the people he was working for, peed in it, and then dumped it out in the sink and gave it a quick rinse.
Yeah.
But they had cameras set up.
Yeah.
And they caught it on video, and it happened to come out during the election.
Yeah.
So that turned into a whole scandal, and the Liberal Facebook page or whatever posted a meme about it, and... Yeah. It was kind of funny. It made the election slightly more amusing. I think there was another weird scandal, something like that happened, but I can't remember what that one was. It wasn't as memorable as the piss cup.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he washed it. Why wouldn't he just go in the sink if he had to go?
I have no idea, man. I don't know. Maybe because, like, the sink was a bit high because it was, like, a kitchen sink. Maybe, like, he would have had to stand on his tiptoes or something, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Like...
Why not just go in the toilet then?
I don't know. I don't know. That's the real question, isn't it? But yeah, that was that was a slightly amusing thing that happened last election. So if we could have another candidate do that, that would make the election slightly less painful.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's looking like it's looking pretty. You know, I think the NDP might be able to gain some ground there because you have the Conservatives have their scandals and
yeah, and the Liberals haven't. We're not exactly the happiest with the Liberals at the moment. So The NDP might have a chance. They actually polled really well last election, but then when the actual election came around, it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
They lost by like a huge margin. I forget. Did they come second or third in the election?
Third.
Okay, because they were actually polling at number 1 for a while. But polls are inaccurate and should not be relied upon. And a lot of the time, relying upon them is what causes someone to win, because people are like, oh, well, they're 20% ahead in the polls anyways, why should I bother showing up? And if enough people do that, because not every... if enough people do that, then... Yeah, because Donald Trump was behind in the polls as well during the U.S. election. Not by nearly as much as the NDP was ahead in the polls, because I think the Liberals were actually third in the polls. Right leading up, like the final polls before the election. I could be wrong. Maybe they were second, but I believe NDP was number 1. But then, that is not the way it turned out at all. So, don't trust polls.
Yeah.
Or just, you know, if you want your candidate to win, just vote. And if you don't vote, you don't get to bitch if they don't win.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, that's the thing. People gotta remember, too, is that this isn't America, so it's gonna like... What is this? You gotta pay attention to who your local MP is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, our parliamentary system is definitely a lot better than the Americans, than the American system, but I don't know about the way that works either, because because I do kind of like the idea of directly electing your leader, because, like, for the country, because what if you like, your one local candidate from one party, but you like but you just hate your candidate for
it's like if you don't like the party leader, well then you're screwed, aren't you? All you can do is ask your MP to vote against the party leader.
Yeah.
And it's not that democratic a system when you think about it, because we basically, like, the parties pick their own leader, so you can only trust that the party you vote for, like, has your interests in mind.
Yeah, basically. Which more often than not, they do not. So that's not really how it works.
Yeah. Or the problem is your party gets too dependent on the leader, like the NDP, ever since that guy died. You know, they haven't been doing as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Doug Ford is definitely going to tank the Conservative support in Ontario, which, I mean, just encapsulates what's wrong with this country. We're like, oh, we don't like the Liberals, so we're going to vote for the Conservative, because we don't actually pay attention to the issues, we just vote for the opposite.
Mm-hmm. Although, to be fair, everyone hated Kathleen Wynne, and yet Justin Trudeau still won.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if that'll necessarily swing the election by too much, but we'll see.
Yeah, but was Kathleen Wynne not the... She was already the premier, so...
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is she was the premier, we hated her, and yet still most people voted Liberal. Although I don't know how the actual divide was, but I believe most of Ontario voted Liberal.
Yeah. Well, I think that's because they said they were gonna, like, there was gonna be contestment or something.
Mm.
I just know, like, some people, like the Liberals, were like, yeah, well, try and not.
Mm.
Like, it's like Kathleen Wynne is not the, you know.
Also, let's be honest, a big part of the reason Trudeau won was that he said he was going to legalize medical marijuana and recreational use of marijuana.
Yeah.
Which, at least you did that. Eventually.
Well, I think the legal reform is really what more people are excited about. First past the post. Which, I mean, and then he kind of chickened out, and he's like, "Well, it might damage the democracy," and I'm like, "How?" It's like, if anyone votes NDP, they're probably gonna vote like liberal as well, just because they don't want a conservative in power.
Yeah.
And it's not like there's like a federal party like that's more conservative than conservatives. They're
yeah, it's
access float.
It's interesting. Everyone says that you get more conservative as you get older. I realize Dexter and I are both still quite young, but both of us have gotten considerably more left as we've aged.
Well, I mean, I think the whole gist is that as you get older, you pay more money, which means you care about which tax bracket you're in.
I see.
But the economy's awful now, so we're probably not going to have the same level. Like, we're probably not going to own 5 houses and make over like $1 million. So there's little incentive to us to vote conservative because we don't need low income tax, and we don't need yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well,
You turned into a robot.
I turned into a robot?
Yeah, no, I think my internet's just... I'm doing the Pokemon fusion generator.
I see.
That's with.
Yeah, you're cutting out a lot too.
Let me just close some tabs. Boop, boop, boop. Boop.
Yeah.
So what else? I got Persona 5. That's a good game.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
How far are you? What palace?
I just beat the first one. Whatever his name is. The coach's palace.
I think it's called.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah, I'm just like
Or Komosuda. I can't remember.
I'm just at the part the second day after he confessed his crime.
Yeah. Yeah, that game is excellent.
Yeah. Do you know how I get my guts higher? Do you know what's a good way to improve my guts?
Guts. You can go to the restaurant and order only coffee.
Yeah. Which restaurant?
The one you can study at. It's on the main strip.
Okay.
You can also there's also the burger challenges.
Yeah.
Those raise your guts by quite a bit, but you need pretty high in everything to even attempt those. I think they raise your guts regardless, even if you fail, but they will raise everything if you succeed by quite a bit.
Yeah.
There's also the scary movie at the video store, and I believe there's some books you can do too. Always have a book. Never don't have a book.
No, I know that. I bought a bunch of books.
Yeah, because you always want to have something to read on the bus if you manage to get a seat in that game. Pro tips on Persona 5, because I'm sure that's why everyone, all the 0 people who are listening right now, and who will listen to this eventually, I'm sure all 0 of them, maybe 1, that's the dream, are here for the hot Persona tips. Yeah, I can't remember. It's been a while since I've played it. I can't remember what other good ways there are to raise your guts.
Yeah. No, I was just reading a Polygon article, and it's just certain things like studying the library and trying the Big Burger Challenge.
Yeah, the Big Burger Challenges, I remember, were a good way to do it. And then
where do I find a part-time job?
So many places.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe you have to go to the, I believe you're supposed to go to the station, the, like, metro station, and then you'll find bulletin boards that will have job listings.
Okay, because I was looking for those.
There's, like, yeah, and then there's just, like, a million different places you can actually work.
Yeah. Just because I thought, well, you don't get much yen for fighting. It's not like...
You don't? I got rich so fast from just fighting in that game.
Oh, so should I not do a part-time job then? Because I was going to ask you. Or I guess you level up.
Yeah, never do one of the part-time jobs where you just get money. If you're going to do a part-time job, do one that also increases a stat that you want. But I rarely did part-time jobs. You do need to do certain ones in order to meet certain... in order to meet certain confidants, or I don't remember if in order to meet them, but there are ones that you need to do in order to progress with certain confidants. Yeah, so you need to do them for that, but other than that, you just end up having so much money after the first couple palaces, especially if you're like me and you don't mind grinding for XP a bit, and then you end up just getting a ton of yen in the process. And just a ton of stuff to sell.
Yeah.
Which means you have even more yen. So eventually, like, I entered the game with, like, 10 million yen. So...
Yeah.
Yeah. And once you unlock mementos as well, that helps.
Yeah, what was I gonna say, God? What else? I had some questions for you.
Let's see.
I take it you can't recruit mini bosses, right?
You can't recruit mini bosses? No.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Now I just have to wait to find them as, like, wild personas. Yeah. Well,
yes, you do. Because mini bosses technically aren't even the same creatures. They have different weaknesses and such than the actual creatures they are normally.
Yeah.
They're technically not even. They're not even the same type of shadows. But yeah, no, you have to wait to find them normally or fuse them. There's a lot of personas you can only get through fusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, fusion is your friend.
Yeah.
Fuse often. Eventually you can get the really awesome personas that do crazy things, like reflect all melee damage.
That sounds good.
It is. It's really good. Although I think there is one you can get that reflects melee damage that you can just, like, find, that you don't have to fuse, but I think that's one of the weaker ones that reflects melee damage. Like, it reflects melee damage, which is just cool, but it doesn't have very good skills. But then there are some that you get that are just super powerful and also happen to reflect melee damage.
Yeah.
Plus, that's how you get the really cool ones, like Messiah and Lucifer and Satan and all those fun things.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's the only way you can get, oh, what's his name? Mara.
Yeah.
Although he's not even the strongest chariot, or no, he's Tower, I think. Tower. Yeah, he's Tower. He's not even the strongest Tower persona, which I thought was bullshit. But anyways.
Yeah.
You remember who Mara is, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think it's kind of bullshit that he's not the most powerful persona even in his own card, considering he was the final boss, I think in 1, and he he was heavily tied into the final boss in 2. I can't remember exactly. I've never played 1 or 2. I've just watched brief synopsises of their stories, like many years ago when I was first getting into Persona. I guess not many years ago, but feels like a long time. A few years ago when I was first getting into Persona.
Yeah. I was also thinking of getting the Shin Megami Tensei game.
Yeah, I haven't gotten into the Shin Megami Tensei series yet. I really want to. From what I hear, Shin Megami Tensei 4, not Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse, is a really good game to start with.
Yeah. My problem is that all the monsters are 2D sprites, or like 2D like pictures.
Mm.
And I'm like, just make a 3D model though.
Yeah.
This is like my Pokemon.
Yeah, especially since it's the same benefit that that Pokemon encountered, where once you make a 3D model once, you don't have to really do it again. Not for a very long time anyways. Whereas pictures are constantly expected to be updated.
Yeah.
Which is part of the reason why Pokemon switched to 3D.
Yeah. Except with the new one.
Wait, Sword and Shield isn't going to be 3D?
No, like they're not bringing in all the Pokemon for it.
They're not bringing in all the old Pokemon? Is that what you said?
No.
You cut out. Or what?
No, yeah, they're not bringing in all the old Pokemon. It's just going to be the new ones plus certain old ones.
Wow. Okay.
And everyone's in a big uproar about it.
Yeah, I can imagine. Especially the people who still have their original, like, Blastoise or Charizard or whatever, or Venusaur.
Yeah.
Who've just, like, transferred it over game to game forever. Yeah. I don't know.
Well,
not really. I don't really care about the Pokemon series, so it doesn't really affect me.
Yeah, well, it's just I don't know. I don't really like Pokemon, but it's just, I don't know. I just find it interesting because a lot of the media discourse is going around. People like, well, you know, it's like it's stupid to expect the developers to go through all this work, especially with all this crunch. But it's also, on the other hand, Pokemon's like $1 billion series, so like, what are they doing yet?
Yeah, for me, it's weird because Pokemon has always been one, or for a long time now, not always, but for a long time, it's been one of the most successful video game franchises ever. The only game series that has sold more than Pokemon, I think. Mario definitely has, and I believe Zelda possibly, but I can't remember for sure. I could be completely wrong. Maybe it's like 20th or something, but it's definitely up there in terms of the best-selling game franchises of all time.
Yeah.
So, but to me, Pokemon doesn't feel like a AAA game. It never has. It feels like it was made on a very limited budget by a small team, which seems weird to me.
Yeah.
Like, how long did it take them just to make the jump to 3D?
Let me see.
I mean, I'm not actually asking. Just
yeah.
As a matter of expression, like, just took them. It was what, the 7th generation, I think.
First Pokemon.
The first one was X and Y. That was, but I don't remember when those actually came out. I know I got them when they came out, and I was super hopeful, and I was like, this will be the game that gets me back into Pokemon, and it super didn't.
Let's see. Yeah, so X and Y.
Yeah, no. But when did they come out?
2013.
Yeah. Yeah, like 2013. That's what, like, is that PS3 time? I believe. I believe the PS3 and Xbox 360 were the dominant consoles. 3DS was new. It was the first. That was the first one on 3DS, the first Pokemon game. But seriously, it's just, I don't know. They've always seemed so behind on the times.
Yeah.
For a series that's worth billions of dollars.
Well, a lot of that is just all the other, like, the merchandise.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the franchise just by itself doesn't generate.
Oh yeah, I'm sure a lot, if not most of their profits are generated by the just insane amounts of licensed items and merchandise they sell.
Yeah.
But still, the core games are what pushes the popularity of that merchandise.
Yeah.
So you would think that they would have a they would have an interest in trying to make those games good, but I guess not if they just sell well, because capitalism doesn't actually drive innovation unless you're not already succeeding. And the people who aren't succeeding can't afford to innovate. So,
have you seen that new Polygon video we Wild Season 1?
You're completely cutting out. I didn't hear. I heard Polygon of that entire sentence.
I said, have you seen the new Polygon video?
Of what?
He makes all those, when he makes all those recipes from Breath of the Wild?
I think I started, but I don't think I finished it. I don't remember.
That's a good video. I like that video.
Yeah.
What we should do?
What? What should we do?
I was thinking we should incorporate some kind of cooking into the channel.
Cooking?
Yeah.
Sounds fun. Well, we'll have to wait probably until the school starts up again.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's kind of hard to cook over a Discord chat. I mean, it's doable, but I don't think it's the most efficient way to do to add cooking into the show.
Well, not Breath of the Wild, but, you know, it's just,
yeah, no.
I'd like to try to make some fictional recipes.
Yeah, that'd be fun. You see, the great thing about being a small YouTube channel is you just get to throw everything at the wall and not even so much see what sticks, because nothing sticks, so you just make whatever you feel like at that particular moment.
Yeah.
Because, like, what's the worst that can happen? We lose our one subscriber? Okay, technically we have 3, but same diff. Or at least last I checked, which was a while ago. But I'm pretty sure we still have 3.
Yeah. Did you check out any of those other YouTube channels I sent you?
I started to check out the one, Philosophy 2, but then I fell asleep.
Yeah. You're weak.
But he seemed okay from the very tiny bit of one of his videos I watched.
You should watch his video on the monarchy.
Okay.
That's kind of what helped me realize that the monarchy...
Sorry?
It made me... I said it was the video by Sean that made me realize that being a monarchist is dumb. Mainly because he said that we can just take the Queen's stuff, and I'm like, wait a second. You're right. Speaking of, will I see you at Area 51?
No, I don't think you will.
No. That makes me. That's so stupid.
The Area 51 joke thing.
Yeah.
Do you think anyone is actually going to show up? Like, literally anyone?
Some people are gonna show up, and then they're gonna get tired because it's gonna be really hot because it's in the desert.
Yeah, I feel like there has to be like a dozen crazy people who will actually show up.
Well, I feel some people are gonna show up for the joke and realize it's not worth.
Yeah.
Have you seen that the military? Like, have you seen that? It's live. It's like the military watching a projector, and it's like, what is?
I can't hear you.
I said.
Oh yeah, I have seen that. Yeah, the Naruto run thing.
Yeah.
Because of the one shit post where someone was just like, if we Naruto run, we can outrun the bullets.
Yeah.
Which, they're going about it all wrong. You need to find the right level of pumped up kicks. Have these people not seen BoJack Horseman?
Yes. Also, BoJack successfully unionized, so we can watch them.
Oh, fantastic. Good for them.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's actually really great. I'll have to have a BoJack marathon because I've been getting the itch. Yeah. But I was like, I'm not sure if I still have to avoid it for Solidarity or not.
Well, now the show is just gonna, like, not gonna renew it for any more seasons.
Wait, they're not gonna do it for many more seasons, or what?
Well, no, because that report came out that Netflix doesn't like, they'll just cancel a show after 2 seasons, because generally the creators wanna, like, more money.
I see.
I mean, Netflix is really going downhill.
Yeah.
Like, they don't make their original content is... They keep getting rid of the actual good, like, shows.
Yep.
And,
I mean, if we're being honest, Netflix's glory period was pretty darn short. Because when it started out, it was the only game in town. So it wasn't really that it was good, so much as it was the only option. And then they had, like... And then they started experimenting more with, like, Netflix originals, and the first ones were just all completely terrible. Like, have you ever seen Hemlock Grove? Like,
yeah, no.
Oh my gosh, that show was bad. And then it started to get slightly better, and now it's on the downturn.
Yeah.
They finally got Code Geass on there, which I thought was pretty fun. Code Geass is one of my favorite animes.
Yeah. But, oh, yeah, speaking of, there's going to be a new season of She-Ra on August 6th.
Yeah, I know, I heard.
Also, have you seen the trailer for the Cats movie?
The what? The trailer for the Cats movie?
Yeah, the Cats movie.
Like Cats as in the musical, or what?
Yes.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Okay, I'm gonna text you a link.
Okay.
You need to watch it. You need to watch it right now. Don't look up any. You're gonna see this on your phone.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna watch it right now. We're in the middle of an episode.
I'm watching it right now. You're gonna watch it right now. Just don't. You don't need. You don't need the volume up. You know what it is. I'm assuming you've seen the musical.
I have. A very long time ago.
Yep, so just watch this.
Okay, I think I just received it. Oh no, never mind. Oh, there it is. Oops. Okay, so I don't need the volume up?
Well, if you, I don't care.
Well, I'll turn that volume off just because I don't want to get a copyright strike, even though we definitely won't, because who's paying attention to us?
Yeah, no.
I see some cats. I see some cat people.
Yeah.
It's really hard to try and steer a spaceship while also watching a trailer. Ooh. Got some big actors in there.
Yeah, I know. Is that not horrible though?
I don't know. I mean, I don't have sound, but it doesn't look that bad.
The cat people are not freaking you out.
No, not really.
Sometimes I don't even know why. I don't know, I just don't like the look of them. A lot of people don't like the look of them. That's how I knew about it.
I don't know. To be honest, they look not that different from how they looked in the musical.
Which was awful.
Okay. I don't know. It didn't particularly get me excited for it. Although, considering it's a musical, probably the main thing that's supposed to get you excited is the music, but to be honest, I don't really get excited for movies anymore, because pretty much all of Hollywood is shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you know that? Oh, what's this? Oh wow, you're gonna be. Oh wait, no, that's stupid. Fallout 76 is gonna get NPCs. That's pretty cool. They're gonna get a feature that should have been in the game from the start.
Mm-hmm.
What else is happening?
Also, does anyone care at this point?
People are still playing it, so.
Who? I didn't know people were ever playing it.
Did you not see the footage from the conference, of the Bethesda conference at E3?
Where everyone cheered when they said they were adding a battle royale mode?
Yeah. All those
my gosh. That was some great footage.
Yep. Also, PUBG has lore now.
Oh. Okay. Once again, does anyone care anymore?
No.
People have moved on from PUBG some time ago.
Yeah.
PUBG was kind of just like...
Yeah.
It exploded and then faded very quickly. You know, I find it kind of ironic that our socialist podcast is filmed over me playing a game that is basically just space capitalism.
Yeah. Well, do you own any capital?
I guess not, because I mean I own 3 different ships.
Yeah.
That I don't really use.
Yeah.
But it's not. I don't hire one to fly them when I'm not using them. I just go back and forth and I trade things mainly.
Yeah.
I'm just a space trucker. A glorified space trucker who owns his own truck.
Yeah, so you're a worker.
I suppose so.
You know who the real capitalists are? The people who run the station. Because are you really being paid an equal share for value?
I don't know, probably not.
Are they paying for your fuel?
No.
Exactly.
No, I'm independent.
Yeah. You know, you're not independent, you're dependent on them.
Oh.
To provide you the funds that you need to do your job. You should unionize the space truckers.
Also, the companies that actually create these spaceships are getting away with murder because you pay like 10 million for a spaceship, but then if it gets destroyed, you only have to pay like 20,000 to get a new one. So it's like, obviously the spaceship costs less than 20,000 to make. So what are these markups?
Yeah. Well, I would imagine that they just find your destroyed spaceship and they just like clean your carcass out of it.
Maybe.
They sell it back to you. They just sell your property back to you.
I see.
Speaking of which, I saw a funny tweet a while ago.
What was that?
It was some guy, and it's like, Cowboy Bebop is the ultimate neoliberal, like, anime. Because it's about entrepreneurs, like providing a service, making their way.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Even though they're actually, like, they need to do their job, otherwise they'll starve to death.
Yeah. And also, Cowboy Bebop really shouldn't be used as a template for how society should be at all.
Yeah.
Also, they're not entrepreneurs. What's their business? They're bounty hunters.
They're bounty hunters.
They're independent contractors.
Yeah, basically, and I'm like, that's the thing. It's like they're not even entrepreneurs. Like,
yeah, like what's entrepreneurial about bounty hunting? They're not selling a product, unless you consider violence to be a product.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we should finish that sometime.
We should. It is supposed to be one of the greatest animes.
Yeah.
Which I don't know, because most animes that are held up as the greatest animes ever made don't actually hold up that well.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just interesting in that people say the dub is so much better. Like, the English dub is so much better than the Japanese, which, I mean...
Which does not happen very often.
No.
We were watching the dub, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
I remember that was one of the few ones where we both agreed that we wanted to watch the dub. Because you heard it was better, and I watched the dub growing up, so I was like, I don't wanna... I want nostalgia to do with me seeing the show growing up. It was one of the first animes I saw when I was too young to understand the themes. Or probably definitely to watch the show. But you know. My upbringing in anime was that, Inuyasha, Card Captors, I think that's pretty much it.
I think I saw that on Amazon TV.
Tiny Bay, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Pokemon. But, yeah.
No Digimon?
No, didn't watch Digimon growing up.
For shame.
Yeah. I still haven't seen any Digimon. I've never seen a single episode.
Well, I tried to get you to watch it with me, but...
You did? I don't remember that.
This was back when we were living on residence.
Oh, okay. Well, I will totally watch it with you if you want to watch it sometime.
Well, it's gonna be hard because it used to all be on Crunchyroll, but now it's not. So we'll have to watch it illegally.
Fantastic.
Yep. Do you know they made a sequel to The Ring?
The Ring?
Yeah, and it's a crossover with The Grudge.
I think I did know that. Yeah, I knew that they made a sequel, but I didn't know anything about it at all. Okay, well. Anything else we should go into, or do you want to end the episode here?
God, I feel like more stuff happened. What else happened? What's in the news? We didn't talk about E3 last time. Did you see anything at E3 tickle your fancy? See any?
No, I'm not really into E3. I don't really watch it. Usually I'll look up little bits from it after the fact. If I hear a lot about something or it sounds super interesting. I don't know. I'll probably get Cyberpunk 2077, but other than that, I don't know. I don't really watch E3. It's just very commercialized, and you can't really rely on anything that's said at E3. So
it's a trade show.
Yeah, I know. I get why it's like that. It's just I don't really see a point in spending my time watching it.
Well, Sony wasn't even there this year. They decided to do their own live thing.
I see. Oh, like Nintendo does? They're a Nintendo Direct?
Yeah.
I see.
Yep. Oh, here's some news.
What's that?
Hasbro is crowdfunding a toy version of Unicron.
Ooh. Nice. Which Unicron though? Like G1?
The movie, yeah. G1.
Okay. Cool. Cool, that's nice. Yeah, I always found it kind of weird that they never released a toy of him, but I guess with the recent reemergence of the recent reemergence of Transformers, Transformers the movie, into the sort of public eye, it makes sense for them to do it now. Although they are a bit behind the hype, because that movie had its like short boom reemergence a while ago, and it sort of died off. Although honestly, I have watched H Bomber Guy's video about it, and it's a good video. But I honestly do believe it is actually a good movie on its own merits. It's cheesy, but I do actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do agree with a lot of his complaints that a lot of it is really dumb and boring. But there are, and that it's a lot of dumb stuff interlaced with some really good parts. But I think the good parts are good enough that it justifies the movie.
What movie is this? I'm sorry, I blacked out.
The Transformers, the movie.
Oh yeah, nah, that's
Yeah, I was talking about how H-Bomber guy's video about it.
Oh yeah.
Which obviously this is old news, but I mean we're talking about a movie from the 80s, so might as well.
Yeah. Speaking of Transformers, did you do anything? Did you do anything when TFCon? Did you do anything that weekend?
No, I don't think so. I don't even remember what weekend that was.
It was like last weekend.
Last weekend? Played D&D.
That's good. I went on vacation. Went to the zoo.
Oh, so you didn't go to TFCon either?
No, I didn't want to do it by myself. That would have been...
I see.
Yeah. So I went to Sault Ste. Marie. I forgot how small Sault Ste. Marie is.
I don't know if I've ever been to Sioux.
Yeah.
Or to the Sioux. Maybe I have, but I can't think of it.
It's weird. It's like, I feel like it's bigger than Sudbury, but it doesn't feel bigger than Sudbury. Probably because half the city's across the border.
Okay, well,
Also, have you played Pokemon cards?
The card game?
Yes.
I've never played it using the actual rules. We played it using pseudo rules as kids. I do know how to play it because I actually learned the rules when I got older, but I never actually played it with the proper rules.
Because my nephew's really into it, and I'm...
And what?
Should I, like, buy my own deck and, like, play with him? Is it similar to Yu-Gi-Oh? Is it, like...
No, it's very different. In my opinion, I don't know. I haven't really played it, so I can't say for sure. But from what I've seen from just looking at the rules and such, it's not the best set-out card game. In my opinion, it's not the best card game just all around. I don't know. You can play it with him. I'm sure you can have fun with it, but yeah. Just I wouldn't spend too much money on it. Although the card art, if you're gonna, because I know you like collecting things for the card art, Pokemon does have some really good card art. Because the Pokemon card game is actually one of the things that does actually make the Pokemon, or the Pokemon Company and Game Freak, a lot of money.
Yeah.
So they've actually invested quite a bit back into it, so it's got pretty decent card art.
Yeah.
Although interesting thing, I noticed last time I went to Walmart, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon are phasing out Magic the Gathering. At least at my local Walmart. Like, I saw they had, I think, 1 pack of Magic the Gathering cards, and then, like, 2/3 of the section was Pokemon, and the last third was Yu-Gi-Oh! I was like, when did this happen? Like, is this just... I'm not sure if this is an isolated incident, or if, like, Magic the Gathering has been experiencing a serious downturn. Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon have been experiencing an upturn. I mean, Pokemon's been big for a long time, the card game, but Yu-Gi-Oh's been sort of slowly dying.
Yeah, well...
It's got its fan base of very devoted fans, but it's been slowly fading from the public eye for a very long time.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is still a very good card game.
Yeah.
Which, shameless self-plug, watch our series on Yu-Gi-Oh! D&D. Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, I got, I don't know if I told you, I got the D&D 5th edition books.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, so maybe we'll try 5th edition. Maybe we'll record that and put it on the channel.
Yeah.
Or maybe we'll just play for fun. We'll see.
Yeah,
but,
I'd like to kind of...
But 5th edition seems really cool. But yeah, I got the Player's Handbook, Dungeon Master's Guide, Monster Manual, and Xanathar's Guide.
Yeah.
So I have all the basic books and the first major expansion. So we're good to go.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I'll have to... I'm very into Egypt right now, so...
Yeah.
Gonna have to try and find...
Yeah, well, maybe we'll continue our Yu-Gi-Oh! D&D series. Also...
I don't know about the cards now. I don't know.
Sorry, what?
I said I don't know about going back to it.
Okay.
Just because I feel like this is a channel where we'll do something once.
Mm-hmm.
And then never again.
Mm-hmm. Except for Two Idiots Talk, except for this show is very disorganized in general. Yeah.
Well, I feel like if there's a demand for it to come back, we'll do it. But no one comments on those, so...
Yeah. Well, no one comments on anything, but...
It's because they're cowards.
Yeah.
Counter-revolutionary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but, yeah, maybe we'll have to... Well, we could always do a campaign of just D&D, but set in an Egyptian setting.
No, it is. You don't have to bend the setting. It's just I want to look for character options.
Okay, sure.
Did we talk about the gamer girl bathwater thing last episode?
No, we did not.
Because that's pathetic. It is so insane that she did. Well, it's not insane that she did. It's so insane that she sold out. Like in the first couple hours.
Yeah.
Do you know some guy vaped her bathwater?
Oh my gosh.
Like honestly, I feel like I'm one of these people. I used to be very anti-nuke.
Sorry?
I said I used to be very anti-nuke.
Mm-hmm.
But now I want every country to have a nuke just because I want a nuclear war to exterminate the human race. You know, like gamer girl bathwater was my point, and I'm like, you know, it's time that we just just get rid of it. Maybe mutated sloths will join. Will create a functional society.
Did you see the Bernie Sanders bathwater meme?
Yes, which I would buy that because that is something we need.
Yeah.
Do you know in England they say sloth instead of sloth?
I did not.
I don't like that.
Oh, although, speaking of gamer girl bathwater, did you hear she got banned?
From what?
I think Instagram?
For what?
I forget. I remember she got banned. What?
Is it for playing with that dead octopus?
I don't think so. I think it was... I don't know. I don't remember. I think maybe it wasn't Instagram. It was one of her major platforms, though. Although I only saw one thing about that, so maybe it was just a rumor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Well,
I honestly don't particularly care. She and her fans can do whatever they want.
Well, it just no, they can't because they're stupid and they deserve punishment. It's like, did you know that she said that she would play with two big cocks if she got 1 million followers on Instagram? You know what happened?
What?
She did a video where she was petting 2 roosters.
I figured.
And I'm like, you can't just, like, these idiots, I'm like, you can't just pay a woman into doing a porn.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just watch porn.
It's true.
It's like, it exasperates me, you know. It's like some idiot who buys like fancy bottled water, and it's like, but it's free out of your sink, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no, Aquafina. Or people who buy like carbonated water. I'm like, you can just buy your own and then just spritz it in the water. Excuse me.
Sorry, I missed most of that. You're cutting out still a lot.
Oh, I just said don't like just make your own carbonated. Why are you paying for something free?
I mean, because water carbonators are expensive.
No, just buy a tank of CO2. And spritz that. What are your thoughts on the new Lion King?
The new Lion King?
Yeah, have you seen that?
No. I mean, I've seen, like, bits and pieces in terms of the trailer and crap, but...
Well, yeah, what are your thoughts? On a scale of 1 to 10, how has that ruined your childhood, and how much is feminism responsible?
I mean, I'm between an I don't care and I really don't care. Honestly, I'll just say this. Lion King 2, best Lion King.
Ooh.
Now there's a hot take for you.
That is a hot take.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another hot take. Lion King 2.5. That was the...
Lion King 2.5 what?
That was the real good Lion King.
Oh yeah. That movie didn't make me want to die at all.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's, once again, it's one of those things where I watch very few movies, honestly, especially like in theaters and when they come out.
Yeah.
I just have very little interest at all in Hollywood anymore. So when a new movie comes out, it doesn't really affect me because I'm probably not going to see it, or if I do, it'll be some day late at night right before I go to bed when I'm drunk.
Yeah.
And it'll just be because I saw it on Netflix and wasn't sure what else to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's my take. I don't really react to any trailers, really, because I don't really care. Because I don't really plan on seeing any but a very small percentage of movies. Like, something has to be... Usually, I end up seeing movies because someone says they want to see it, And I'm like, sure, I'll go see it with you. Like, I don't mind going to the theaters with people, but I don't really care about going to see movies. Although, I have seen some decent movies. Endgame was surprisingly okay. And...
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you saw that. How'd you...
Have you seen it?
No.
It is much, much better than Infinity War.
Yeah.
Like, it's still... I mean, it's a Marvel movie. And there was some problems with it, like the final fight going on for like 45 minutes. But for the most part, compared to the shit show that was Infinity War,
yeah,
it's pretty good compared to that.
Mm.
I mean, it's no Bumblebee, but now that was a good movie.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I hated Bumblebee. Feminism.
Did you get that thing I sent you on your phone?
One second. I did see my phone go off, but...
That was me.
Okay. I will check it. I see, I see. Delicious. Delicious.
I'm gonna make that a new movie.
What, Soup Dragon?
Yes.
And you see, if I was a professional YouTuber, I would totally put that image up on screen so that our viewers can see what I'm reacting to.
For every video now.
But the problem is that I don't care nearly enough to bother to put that up on screen. So
yeah. Alright, well, I think I'll let you go, Nathan.
Okay, well, this has been Bitcoin Billy Mays.
Yeah, I'm Nathan.
And I am a Velociraptor. Goodbye.